Hello, it's me, Ramiro, and I'm here to talk about the film 1917. 1917 is a new World War One movie directed by Sam Mendes. Now, this is his other collaboration with the greatest, probably one of the greatest DPs ever, Roger Deakins. And this movie is a World War One movie, which you don't get a lot of. We get a lot of Vietnam and World War Two movies. I'm sick of World War Two movies. My favorite World War movie of all time is a Vietnam movie, and my second favorite World movie of all time is a World War Two movie. So I guess I still like them. Anyway, so this movie revolves around trenches and these two soldiers who try to get a message out to the platoon of 16,000 men, 1,600 men, 1,660, 1,600 people, I believe. I believe that's 1,600, yeah. Or 16,000, somewhere around there. Somewhere around there, they're going to be killed in a trap set by the Germans if they don't get the message out in time, and including the brother of one of the main characters. And this movie is in World War One. It's a bunch of trenches. You know, this reminds me of a great movie by Stanley Kubrick called Paths of Glory. Now, this is nowhere as good as Paths of Glory, but it reminds me of it. Not doesn't have to be a good movie to remind me of a good movie. But Roger Deakins does amazing cinematography. I'm so glad he won his second, I think the second Oscar for cinematography. He's been nominated so many times. He's been nominated so many times for Oscar, more than God. And yes, I saw that joke from Jim Israel, who is an amazing YouTuber. Check him out. He's my favorite movie reviewer. I support him on Patreon. If you could support my Patreon and stuff like that. Yeah, Jim Israel is his name. GIM Jim, GISRIEL, I believe. Jizrael. You can just look him up. Look up like Jim Rent. It's probably one of the popular videos he'll pop up. Like Jim Israel, and he's just a great review of Rent. He did an amazing review of the Kick-Assia. But anyway, so this whole movie is about them getting in time to get a message to stop the attack before the Germans kill all the people in the trenches. There's some great trench shots, like I said. A lot of Stanley Kubrick's Paths of Glory, but definitely not as well directed. Definitely well shot. Sam Mendes is nothing without Roger Deakins on behind the camera. I mean, his direction is not as great as Kubrick, but like the camera work is amazing because it's not done by him, it's done by Roger Deakins, who up there with Bill Pope and Emil Lubisky from Birdman and Gravity are some of the best DPs working today. I really love Bill Pope. Bill Pope worked with Edgar Wright. He worked with Sam Raimi. He's worked with a lot of people. Bill Pope was a DP on Spider-Man 2, which is my favorite superhero movie and my favorite Spider-Man movie. There's a part that's early on that I cannot believe happened. Like, this happened this early, I cannot believe it. I can't spoil what it is, but if you see the movie, I think you'll see what I'm talking about. Benedict Cumberbatch is in the movie, which is not a spoiler of. He's in the movie when I say what he does or who he is, which could be a spoiler. But anyway, Benedict Cumberbatch is in the movie, so is Colin Firth as the general. The two main characters are not very well-known actors. The biggest named actors in this movie are definitely Colin Firth, Benedict Cumberbatch, and a surprise experience by Mark Strong. I love Mark Strong. I love him in everything he's in. And he's in this movie. Not that much, but he's in it. But yeah, I mean, it's a good war movie. It's one of the better war movies. I don't think this deserves Best Picture, but I don't think it deserves a nomination. But I think this is not as good, nowhere near as good as Joker, or as I've only seen 4 Best Picture nominations: Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. And the best two are definitely Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Parasite. Joker's not that bad. 1917 definitely didn't even deserve a nomination. It's just a very well shot war movie when it comes to the themes. Now, a great war movie is probably like Full Metal Jacket, which really goes into the dehumanization of war. It's probably my favorite war movie. But this just kind of goes like, war happens, these are the story of these two brave soldiers, and there's not a lot of, there's some themes, but it's not as well crafted as like something like Full Metal Jacket, or even Inglourious Basterds, which talks about how propaganda in cinema is big in the war, and that's why I thought Inglourious Basterds so much. My second favorite war movie. Yeah. Anyway, the whole thing is that 1917 is a decent movie directed by Sam Mendes, definitely carried by Rodriguez and Minacci, and the acting is pretty good. So I highly recommend it. I don't think it's the Best Picture worthy, but it's still really good. I just mostly saw it because Roger Deakins was the fucking cinematographer, and that's so dorky. Like, most people say, oh, I saw it because of this actor, oh, I saw it because of this director, but I'm like, film student, I'm like, I saw it because the DP is awesome. They're like, what the fuck is the DP? Isn't that slang for double penetration? What's going on here? But yeah, alright. See you guys.